There's a general assumption around the world that the Netherlands' bicycle-centric approach towards the use of public space has always been in place, organically grown since the invention of the wheel. In fact, it hasn't. In the late 50s, the Netherlands, like the rest of Europe, was embracing the motor car, even demolishing buildings and removing cycling infrastructure to make the streets bigger to accommodate more motor traffic. The results were predictable: a rapid decline in the use of bikes and an increase in road deaths. By 1971, well over 3,000 people were dying every year on Dutch roads, and more than 400 of that number were children. The toll was seen as intolerable and sparked mass demonstrations, with protesters demanding central government take action to make the streets safer. In '73, an economic pressure in the guise of a predicted oil crisis gave the Dutch government the final push it needed to rethink not only the transport policy, but how they lived in the Netherlands. Car-free Sundays, ostensibly to save fuel, were introduced in cities and reminded people of just what they'd lost. And instead of being bad for business, as many shop owners had feared, takings actually went up. Eventually, city centres started to become permanently car-free, with Utrecht being an early adopter, and in the mid-70s the first separated cycleways were built. Within a year, bike use in these areas increased by as much as 75%, results that gave the government the confidence to take the scheme nationwide. Unsurprisingly, road deaths plummeted, and the child death rate that had catalysed the whole rethink dropped steadily from over 400 in 1971 to just 14 by 2010. For 40 years, the Netherlands built on their success, adopting and expanding their people-first philosophy, not only in their streetscapes but also in their legislation. The presumed liability law, which presupposes that the larger vehicle is always responsible in the event of an accident, ensures every road user is obliged to look after the more vulnerable. In addition, all motorised traffic in the Netherlands has to give way when turning left or right to people on bicycles. The Dutch recognised early on that measures that really keep cyclists safe are space, low speeds, supportive laws and familiarity with riding at an early age. In my opinion, the people who make the big transport spending decisions on our behalf should be obliged to come and spend just a few days here before deciding what is and what isn't good value for public money.